Hey guys, welcome to Nerdcast where we nerd out about various topics. Today I have Pranit and Akash with me and we will be discussing what to do after undergraduation. So we already discussed a little bit about what I did and what Pranit went through. So Akash is the new entrant here finally. So welcome to season 2 by the way.
Thank you.
And so what have you been up to in the last 2 years?
So it's been a huge update with me. I've been into a few businesses since past 2 years now, and जो entrepreneurship है वो continue कर रहा हूँ. So maybe a lot of people who have seen me earlier know that I'm a psychologist and I have my own firm called Mind and Hands. But अभी मैंने जरा pivot कर दिया है, जो मैंने बहुत सालों से try कर रहा था मैं. पिवट कर दिया है एग्रीकल्चर एंड एग्री टेक में,
Okay.
जहाँ पे मैंने खुद का एक फार्म शुरू किया है, विच इज अ पॉली हाउस बेस्ड फार्म, विच इन अ टेक्निक कॉल्ड हाइड्रोपोनिक्स, जो इजरायली टेक्निक है.
Hmm.
सिंस सिंस द एग्रीकल्चर इंडस्ट्री इज अ ह्यूज थिंग फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल. प्लस उसमें और एक ये चीज आता है जिसमें आप अभी जो फील्ड है, जो सॉइल है, वो बहुत इश्यूज हो रहे हैं उसमें. यू हैव टू स्प्रे अ लॉट ऑफ केमिकल्स एंड उससे ही चीजें आती है. एंड ऑल द रेसिड्यू ऑफ दोज केमिकल्स इज सीन इन योर फूड. तो
Yeah.
मुझे वही चेंज करना था, एंड दैट्स व्हाई आई टुक दिस स्टेप. एंड इवेंचुअली मेरा फैमिली बैकग्राउंड भी इसी में है, फार्मिंग में ही है.
Okay.
जरा सा पिवट कर चुके थे घर वाले, बट आई अगेन ब्रॉट इट इन दिस फील्ड. तो दिस इज कॉल्ड हाइड्रोपोनिक्स, वाटर बेस्ड, सॉइल लेस वाटर बेस्ड फार्मिंग है. सो
Okay.
इट इज जस्ट फार्मिंग ऑन वाटर. वाटर टैंक्स बनाए हैं जिसपे मैं स्टायरोफोम्स फ्लोट होते हैं एंड उसके ऊपर वेजिटेबल्स बनते हैं. सो आई
Okay.
एम मोस्टली इनटू ग्रीन लीफी वेजिटेबल्स, exotic vegetables, lettuces and spinach. We have around 39 products right now,
Okay.
and we are still researching on a lot of other products, and we are soon going to touch 50 product mark in our farms. And expansion चल रहा है वहाँ पे भी.
Yeah.
And also stock market में हूँ थोड़ा बहुत, तो F&O trading में हूँ थोड़ा बहुत, इधर उधर कर लेता हूँ. नाउ वी हैव डेवलप्ड ह्यूज स्ट्रैटेजी. एल्गोरिदमिक ट्रेडिंग के लिए जा रहा हूँ soon enough, जहाँ पे
Okay.
बेसिक एल्गोरिदम्स रहते हैं जो आपको आपकी स्ट्रैटेजीज बताते हैं, जिसमें इमोशंस इन्वॉल्व नहीं होते.
Yeah.
ऑल द सिस्टम ये ट्रिगर्स है, जिसमें बस ट्रिगर्स पे आपको क्लिक करना है एंड वो एग्जीक्यूट हो जाते हैं. सैडली सेबी के कुछ इश्यूज है जहाँ पे आप ऑटोमेट नहीं कर सकते पूरा प्रोसेस,
Hmm.
तो इसकी वजह से क्लिक एक दो क्लिक्स करना पड़ता है.
Hmm.
बट द डिसीजन इज टेकन बाय द सिस्टम, एंड स्ट्रिक्ट स्टॉप लॉसेस एंड स्ट्रिक्ट प्रॉफिट्स है.
Yeah.
एंड इट इज मेकिंग गुड मनी, जहाँ से हम लोगों ने बैक टेस्ट किया है. वी आर स्टिल इन द
Yeah.
टेस्टिंग फेज ऑफ दैट थिंग, बट
Yeah.
इट्स अ गुड इनफ स्ट्रेटजी. तो
या
ये
मतलब algorithmic trading basically AI के साथ तो AI and stock market have been hand in
एग्जैक्टली.
hand for the last few years. We saw like small case and all वो सब firms आ भी रहे हैं which are using this very extensively. So
अभी तो ऐसे कमर्शियल बहुत कम आ रहे हैं.
yeah.
वी आर लुकिंग इनटू कि अच्छा, लोग बहुत पर्सनलाइज्ड, अगर मुझे करना है तो मैं खुद के लिए एक डेवलप करूंगा.
Mm-hmm.
बट आई डोंट थिंक आई वांट टू डू दैट. मैं अभी कमर्शियल के लिए देख रहा हूँ, बट
Mm-hmm.
कमर्शियल डजंट हैव दैट मच पावर एंड एफिशिएंसी दैट वी कैन सी, जो पर्सनलाइज कर रहे हैं उसमें.
कमर्शियल
तो
के लिए आई थिंक स्केलेबिलिटी भी चाहिए होता है which I think needs a lot of backing basically. Yeah.
स्केलेबिलिटी है, बट अभी जैसे स्ट्रीक ने किया है, स्ट्रीक इज जीरोधा का खुद का एक पार्टनरशिप है.
Yeah.
सो स्ट्रीक ने किया है, बट इट इज वेरी अनरिलायबल, जो हम लोग देख रहे हैं. सो
Mm-hmm.
पास्ट 6 months आई हैव बीन टेस्टिंग स्ट्रीक, बट इट इज वेरी अनस्टेबल, कभी भी कुछ
Mm-hmm.
भी कर देता है.
Yeah.
एंड व्हेन इट इज अबाउट योर मनी
Yeah.
एंड ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ मनी, तो वहां पे यू कांट अफोर्ड सिंगल थिंग ये करने के लिए.
Yeah. Of course.
That's
तो
how it
एक
works.
चीज व्हाट कम्स आउट ऑफ आवर डिस्कशन इज कि हम लोगों ने अपने अंडर ग्रेजुएट के टाइम पे कभी नहीं सोचा था कि व्हाट वी आर डूइंग राइट नाउ, राइट? मतलब प्रणय तुम you were really into core programming, not into even machine learning. You didn't even
Yeah,
know that exists, to be honest.
yeah.
And you found out about it later. In my case, I jumped through several hoops to get through this. We'll be discussing that. And in your case, you did computer applications, and then from there you switched to so many things, and then finally figured out. And right now you're just doing like several businesses, handling them all of that at once. So the core of this discussion is to actually let people know ki what happened during undergraduate ki we feel demotivated ki we don't know what we want to do in the future, and then we think that this is what life is कि day in day
Hmm.
out we are just trying to figure out कि हम ये करना चाहते भी है नहीं, like are we actually happy doing what we have been
Or
stuck
you
with.
are like thinking ki this field has jobs,
Yeah,
but like I don't want to work in this field just because this field has jobs. I just want to work here because I am really interested in it. Maybe
yeah,
this or that, vice versa. Some people
yes,
just, like ki there are multiple jobs in this field, so I want to go there because
yeah.
getting a job is easy.
Yeah. So what happens is then there's one image that is created by Bollywood, Tamasha and Wake Up Sid or Rocket Singh. Ki it's very easy to just figure out what you want and just go for it. But
Mm,
थोड़ा parents के साथ लड़ाई करनी and that's it. But it's not actually that easy. It's like you have to first fight with your own inner self. You have to find out ki are you actually ready to take that step, and then it's parent, then it's the societal pressure, it's a friend that you maybe hear every day from कि कि उनसे comment तो हमेशा ही मिलेंगे कि then you try to take each of those steps, and then you finally go for what you want to do, and
yeah,
even you think that you have found what you like to do, and then पता चलता है कुछ time बाद कि अरे ये भी नहीं था, maybe something else.
yeah,
So it's the journey in itself, right?
Completely. सो बेसिकली वही है कि इवेंचुअली पैशन अगेन, अगर ग्रेजुएशन तक हमें पता नहीं होता कि क्या करना है
Yeah,
लाइफ में, हम लोग बस साइंस लेके चल पड़ते हैं, क्योंकि साइंस के बाद नीचे आ सकते हैं कॉमर्स एंड आर्ट्स के लिए, विच इज ऑलरेडी वेरी ह्यूज इशू कि कॉमर्स एंड आर्ट्स नीचे क्यों बोल रहे हैं हम लोग,
नीचे क्यों बोल रहे exactly.
दैट इज वेरी वियर्ड। एंड कर सकते हैं, लेकिन हमारे यहाँ पे इंडियन कम्युनिटी में इट इज वेरी वियर्डली स्टेटेड दैट कि अच्छा कॉमर्स नीचे है, उसके नीचे आर्ट्स है, यू कैन
Yeah,
स्लाइड डाउन। जैसे इंजीनियरिंग में अगर
yeah,
कोई है तो उसमें वो समझता है कि स्लाइड करना बोलते हैं कि एक एक
hmm,
इंजीनियरिंग का अगर कोर है तो उसको दूसरे में जाना है तो यू स्लाइड इन।
yeah,
तो
yeah.
वैसे ही हम लोग यहाँ पे कर सकते हैं, बट
This
वही ऑप्शंस रखना है। घर वाले बोलते हैं कि ऑप्शंस रखने के लिए साइंस कर ले,
yeah,
उसके बाद समझ जाएगा क्या है।
yeah,
बेसिकली क्या होता है कि अंडर ग्रेजुएट के बाद लाइक यू आर इनटू द फेज कि ओके आई जस्ट वांट टू वर्क इन दिस फील्ड एंड आफ्टर 2-3 years you just realize कि okay I don't want to do this, like this was not I was hoping for, so I want to switch. And usually what happens in like computer engineering or computer science, let's say it's a very big field, okay? It is
yeah,
like divided into multiple part. I'm just giving an example of one field, okay? I'm not like generalizing every field because computer has like web development, application development, then software development, AI, ML and all that, okay? So most of the people just go into the software engineering and later then they realize like, okay, this is kind of boring. So what now? Because they didn't thought this through when they got the job, right? They were like
yeah,
कि okay job मिल गया है, so we are gonna work, but what if you get fired or like you don't want to work anymore, so what then?
yeah,
दैट्स ट्रू, दैट्स ट्रू। नहीं, और इसमें आई गेस इंजीनियरिंग में और एक इशू है कि एक मराठी में एक एक डायलॉग है जहाँ पे बोलते हैं कि दुरून डोंगर साजरे। बेसिकली इट सेज दैट whenever you see something from way far away, you'll see that it is great, बट
yeah,
अंदर जाने में समझता है कि अच्छा इतना अच्छा भी नहीं है। अगर
yeah,
लेट्स से सिंपल एग्जांपल कोडिंग है,
hmm,
लोग कोडिंग में जाना चाहते हैं, लोग सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग उसीलिए बनना चाहते हैं कि इंजीनियर ऐसे ही बनना चाहते हैं बिकॉज कोडिंग है उसमें।
yeah,
बट एट अ सर्टेन पॉइंट देयर इज अ स्प्लिट आता है जहाँ पे
hmm,
आपको दो चीजें कर सकते हैं, आप इधर कोडिंग कर सकते हैं या फिर
hmm,
आर्किटेक्चर कर सकते
hmm,
हैं, सॉफ्टवेयर आर्किटेक्चर।
Yeah,
hmm,
सॉफ्टवेयर आर्किटेक्चर इज बेसिकली थिंकिंग ऑफ न्यू इनोवेटिव स्टफ।
yeah,
yeah,
कोडिंग इज जस्ट टीडियस वर्क, जो ये करना है, एक प्रोसेस है, अगर यही करना है तो
Yeah.
उसमें आप कोड कर सकते
बेसिकली
हो।
कंपनीज का ऐसा रहता है कि यू जस्ट गेट अ टास्क और वीकली टास्क,
हाँ,
do that task, that's it.
या
Yeah.
another another week will come, 7 more tasks,
Yeah.
do that task. वही है.
एग्जैक्टली। एंड
सेम
वो
चीज मैंने
बहुत
मतलब एग्जांपल आई कैन गिव इट व्हाट आई नोटिस्ड व्हाइल आई वाज इंटर्निंग एट एन एकेडमी कि सारे प्रोग्राम मैनेजर्स एंड लाइक यू नो category managers, program managers and all of them were actually sitting on a different level and सारे सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर्स एक अलग फ्लोर पे बैठे हैं. तो इवन है तो बेसिकली देयर इज नो कनेक्ट. लाइक अगर सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर के दिमाग में आइडिया भी आएगा टू एक्सपैंड अपॉन समथिंग, it's
या
going to go through different hoop. It's not like a direct thing. And जो मतलब प्रोग्राम मैनेजर ने जो सोचा कि चलो हम यू नो वी विल डेवलप द प्रोडक्ट लाइक दिस और हम ऐसे करेंगे, देन जस्ट इट जस्ट गेट शिफ्ट टू दैट डेवलपमेंट टीम एंड उनको दे हैव टू जस्ट फॉलो दोस थिंग्स एंड देन गिव बैक द रिजल्ट. So the creativity, the control for that developer is gone to, if you love doing that, very good. But a lot of people, they just get into it thinking that they will get the control, but they realize that it's not something that is in that field. It doesn't lay in that field, right?
Okay, so let's talk about now कि हमने कैसे figure out किया, right? Like
Yeah.
what we did actually.
Yeah.
So what happened in my case is I was not sure what I wanted to do, but I actually wanted to do something in like computers basically,
Mm.
because मुझे computers में interest था. And जब ये coding and all that like undergraduate के through में गया पूरे मेरे, what I was thinking कि यार ये I don't see my future in like coding and all that, like software engineering like let's C++ या C sharp ले ले. Basically repetitive stuff बहुत हो रहा था. Everything was like repeating like day by day, like semester by semester I used to get the same assignments and I got like that was a huge question mark, like okay now what. I
Yeah.
was like always interested in machine learning but I like never tried it. And I
Mm.
मतलब ना सिलेबस में कुछ था ना लिटरली मैंने खुद से कुछ ट्राई किया.
Mhm.
So once this like COVID period started, I was like, let's give it a try. We'll start with the course. If होता है अपने से होता है देखेंगे, because what we had in our syllabus is like unsupervised learning, but supervised learning was, it just used to like in one sentence. It is a very complex software and algorithm, so we are not giving it to you right now. Like
Okay. Yeah.
so, and see, I was not like very good scorer in maths, but conceptually, I am like very clear with derivatives and integration. So
Mhm.
when I started going through the machine learning and all that, then I just figured out, okay, this is easy for me. And
Mhm.
most of the problems or courses I did was based on mathematical programming in a Python. So I
Yeah.
felt like, okay, this is very interesting. And it is not like repeating the same thing again and again. It is like you, and like machine learning is kind of dependable on data, you can say that.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to data or AI, you can say like when you have like different data sets, different results. So when I
Yeah.
started working on it, it just got like I used to get problems of edge detection or car detection, face recognition, then sound synthesis. Okay, the everything is like new in this field, right? Like not, it
Yeah.
is not like 7 tasks, same thing again.
Mm.
So I
Yeah.
just realized after like doing multiple courses, doing some assignments and all that, watching some videos on internet, of course, then I just realized, okay, like I can see my future in this. Maybe I will consider this. And then after like a year or two, I just, okay, this is, I have to go
Mhm.
for this.
Yeah.
या
So in your case, मेरे case में it was a different thing altogether. So I did do my major in computer science, but second year की internship करी थी. Second year में एक internship करी थी, and it was in programming only.
Hmm.
So software testing, मतलब testing के लिए था. And what I realized कि the work environment doesn't fit me. Like जो मेरे को देख वो creative outlet जो चाहिए मुझे, and that control over what I want to do, it was not there in that field. And it mostly felt like just you're just doing the same thing over and over again. The software testing में तो it feels even more repetitive because it's the same thing. तुम बार बार उस चीज को टेस्ट कर रहे हो, वेबसाइट को नए नए तरीके से you're trying to brute force it or do something, but it just felt like उसी को automate करने के तरीके ढूंढ रहे हो. It just felt very repetitive. And उसके बाद I thought to find out what I actually like. So उसके बाद मैंने I did go for an entrepreneurship like side things. I tried my hands on a startup of my own, but I realized that I won't be able to give up enough time to that, because साथ में college भी चल ही रहा था. So kept that aside. I did an internship in accounting finance in a firm. Then actually I came across a marketing internship at AB InBev, and that actually kind of felt exciting to me. It was like मैं sales team के साथ जाके talking to the distributor, talking to the vendors, different liquor stores पे जाके just discussing how the sales strategy की कैसे कैसे चल रही है offline retail पे, or on the branding side of things. When I was sitting with the ATL marketing team, I understood जब उन्होंने Foster's की sponsorship करी थी with TVF का जो ह्यूमरसली और था. So how did that process go? Why do we do that? The entire process behind it felt pretty interesting. उसके बाद I just thought that maybe marketing might be something that interests me. फिर Kotler उठा के Kotler is known as the Bible of marketing basically. So Kotler उठा के पढ़ी, it felt like this is something that vibes with me. And then उसके बाद then one more internship, and then the next internship actually I did was at a marketing consulting firm. So वहाँ पर I actually worked in core marketing for clients, figuring out strategies, figuring out how do you start your new company, or how do you expand your company, like all of these strategy side of things. And it felt really interesting to me. You made like thinking outside the box was the most important aspect of it, because तुम वो नहीं कर सकते जो बाकी सब companies कर रही है. You have to do something else, right?
Yep.
Varna you won't click with the customer. So that kind of really excited me. The company wanted me to work for them, like even after completion of the internship. So I continued working as a consultant for them. The time came to graduate. Then I just realized that if I'm thinking, willing to grow myself in the field of marketing, a better way for that would be through an MBA. It's a better growth journey, and foundational learning would be a better aspect, a better addition to this. So that's when I decided to focus on CAT. Final year में जब COVID के time पर ही जब मैं घर पे था, तो I just thought कि ठीक है, there are 4 months to CAT. I just चलो एक बारी जब थोड़े mock test देके जब prep करके देखते हैं क्या होता है. तो thank goodness it went well. फिर उसके बाद then it's like I did my first internship at an academy. वहाँ पर I worked as a sales business analyst, and उधर I finally understood the connection of like my computer science background, because as an analyst you do have to work on like it's not exactly computer science, but it's still you
It's
have
still
kind
part
of
of it,
learning. Yeah, exactly. The IT side of things is still a part of it. And even if you're working on just Excel or Tableau or these things, you still have this background in your mind, वो algorithm तो तुझे मालूम है कि कैसे चल रहा है, and how are these things working behind the scenes. तो उसके कारण it gets easier to actually talk to the software dev team to actually कि मैं जाके बस I just used to go to the other flow that I was talking about, tell them कि मेरे को ये सारा data चाहिए, and then next day that data would be with me, and then I would just work on that, figure out how to optimize the same or the sales team or whatever that were my project. And then I knew that basically the best way to grow in this field would be through working in an FMCG firm, like an FMCG or FMCD firm. And thankfully the final placement ke baad, Asian Paints mein I got placed at. So there also I was looking at what my kind of work would be. So it would start as a training program for a year or so, which would include me working as a area sales manager for a while, and then brand manager for a while, then working on the industry side of things, the supply chain side of things. So it's a combination of everything. So whatever different things that I've done over time, like मैंने finance में भी internship करी, and then supply chain में भी करी, and then branding में भी करी, so it all combined together to this. So it's somehow all road went to this right direction that it feels right now. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.